Welcome back to Trash Panda Off-Road. This week's episode, we do the 2 rear brake cylinders in the small Samurai. Turns out, when I got this rig, it was not as street ready to go as I was told. I've already done an alternator in it, and now as you can see, we're going to need to do brake cylinders. Look at that. So, also I did the front brake line, which I currently do not see. What had happened in the front is the little rubber soft line that's up there, that soft line was actually tilted down and rubbing on top of the knuckle. So I replaced that already with parts I had lying around. So now first thing we're going to do, jack it up, make it safe, take the wheels off. Going to take the brake big shoe off, and then we'll take a look and see if we need to do the brakes. If we don't need to do them, I'm not going to do them. If I do need to do them, I'm going to call O'Reilly's and get them ordered. So that's why I'm going to pull them apart now. And then if I need them, I'll come back to this project later this afternoon. You can see a huge puddle of brake fluid. So you guys who are fans of the channel know 90-ish, 75% of what I'm doing. I never done it either. I gotta pull those in order to pull the brake drum off. I've never seen those before. I don't really know why they're there. I would assume that you need to pull those screws to pull this, but I really don't know because I can't tell if there's some kind of a gap in there. Might have to do some old internet researching. But here's something stupid that more stuff you find out about somebody else's car. On the driver's side, 19 lug nuts. On the passenger side, 21mm lug nuts. Definitely gonna have to change that all around. Gotta all be the same size. You do not need to take these screws out. I don't know, they're just decoration only, I guess. Best way to loosen this drum, just put the tire back on, bolt it back on, give it a quick donkey kick on the edge, and it'll loosen it right up. Then take the tire back off. You know, if I was smart, what I would have done is just undid these while the tire was still there, then kicked it. But no, I took the tire off, undid these, and then put the tire back on. Good job, Doug. Alright, well, let's take a look and see. Oh yeah, those look good. We are not going to order brakes. Those are good enough for me. Took the drum off the other side. That's why we're not holding any brake fluid in there. So I'm sure I have a couple. Oh, geez. Yeah, that thing's not in great shape at all. So I gotta get some. I'm sure I have some parts cleaner, brake parts cleaner. We'll clean all this stuff up and take them apart and get to taking these wheel cylinders out. If you do not know, on the Suzuki, not just the Samurai but the Tracker also, only one wheel brake cylinder has a bleeder valve. The other one has an in and an out. So the way this works is the brakes come down, they go into one, come out the other one, shoot across the axle, go into here, and you bleed from there. I'll give you a better picture here. Oh man, not a great picture. But okay, so that side there, you see that one? That's how the bleeder works. And then on the back of this one, right there, it's got 2 innies. Well, an innie and an outie. So we're going to start over there on the driver's side and change the driver's side first. The object here for me is to change this little brake cylinder without removing all the brakes. I really don't like this kind of brakes, the drum brakes. I Yes, they are really simple, but I'm also very simple, so I'd rather not mess with them if I don't have to. I believe it's going to be two 10mm bolts back here to crack that thing loose, and then of course a line wrench to break the line loose. Got the first one out of there. I did undo the spring that goes from here to here. That's right there. And also the bleeder. Had to take the bleeder out in order to fit the line wrench on the other part. So not a big deal. There's no fluid in it anyway. So all done. All wrapped up. Well, on this side anyway. That really wasn't terrible. Now, this is the bleeder valve I took off of the original, or the bad one, and I put the cap on here because I'm going to take this one. This isn't the cap that goes on the bleeder valve. See, that's still there. This is the cap that was in the hole for the line. Anyways, we're going to keep this, and it will go into this jar here, which is Suzuki hardware. Alright, let's start on the other side. Got the other side all buttoned up. A couple of things. There is, right here, no room in here. So, there is no room for anything. What I ended up doing was loosening this one first, getting it out of the way, then doing the bottom one, then doing these two bolts, and then I did complete reverse, putting it back. Bottom one, then the top one, then the nuts or the bolts, because there's really no room in there. Once you crack it open with your line wrench, go ahead and go back to a standard 10mm box so that you can get it to work out. I went ahead and took this tire off and kind of lowered the front a little bit, trying to see if I can get it to gravity bleed just a little bit and open that bleeder. So we're going to go ahead and bleed the brakes. It turns out I actually have 15 of the bigger nuts, or bigger bolt. Oh my God, Doug. 15 of the bigger lug nuts and 5 of the little ones. And unfortunately, everything else I have is little ones, because I was like, hey, I'll just go and put 5 big ones on. But all these other rigs have the little ones, so we're going to switch everything over to the little 19mm, or yeah, 19mm lug nuts. Well, it worked a little bit. Definitely not calling that done, but at least now it's got, some fluid in there. Hope it stops leaking when I close this, otherwise something else is wrong. Okay, yeah, so this had no fluid in it. Everything was empty, so got that taken care of. Now we're going to try to bleed the rear. There's the one that I've cleaned up in an effort to save, to make look better. And here's how they originally looked. So definitely an improvement. Looks a lot better. I don't know how long it's going to stay like that, just because of the rust and the chrome's all gone, but looks way better than that one. Alright, I'm going to put it all together. I'm going to end the video here, guys. Thanks for watching. Appreciate your support of the channel. If you have any questions, put them down below. You have a better suggestion, put it down below. It's a small channel. I answer pretty much all the comments. And consider subscribing to the channel. As always, I appreciate your support. Enjoy the rest of your day.